When we talk about rice farming, Trinidad and Tobago is probably not the first country that would come to mind. But right here in Moruga, there exists a special grain of dry land, wild rice that people all around the world are willing to pay top dollar for. And guess what? It's the only one of its kind that grows in the Western Hemisphere. So today, we're going to learn about the sustainability concept that underpins its production, and we might just get to bubble a pot and sample it for ourselves.
Trinidad is a Real Place is brought to you by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of energy.
Trinbagonians can find the joke even in a serious situation. Our sense of humor is second to none. But for every story that may seem unreal, there's another of people who make TNT a better nation. Because we are real people, our dreams are real, and Trinidad is a real place.
My name is Captain Mark Forgenie. I'm a Merchant Navy deck officer, but I'm also the owner of the Vista Dorado Estates, where we produce the Moruga Hill rice. I got involved with the Moruga Hill rice when my dad had his stroke and was sick, and I came down to Moruga to look for some, and they told me everybody had stopped farming it because it was too labor intensive. Eventually I got a little bit, 2 pounds, and took it up. The neurosurgeon's medical team, they made it into a porridge, and I fed that to my dad every day until he really did get better. Oxygen uptake in his blood, the oxygen level went back up, and his brain capacity was restored. It was actually healing thanks to the rice. So I started to dig and look for ideas. How do I make the production side more efficient, less costly, and more programmable and repeatable, so that year on year you could repeat this production sustainably, safely, in order to actually create a predictable business. And that's how I got into the Moruga Hill rice.
So I think this is my first time actually taking in a rice plant. I would have just assumed that this was bush.
Yes,
So
it actually just looks like grass, but
that is fascinating.
yes. So if you look, especially here, you can see it. It's in belly here, as they would say, and then it would grow upwards, and then it will
So
fall over like that.
when you say in belly, is it that the actual grains, each individual grain of
It's in
rice,
there,
they're
yeah.
packed in there,
Yes.
and you kind of have to, I
It
guess
will
when you
grow out.
harvest.
Yeah, it will grow out and it will fall over like that, and then when you harvest. I do this because it has been a passion of mine for a number of years. I was discouraged initially because it's a field where women are not usually involved in. I like a challenge, and I took the challenge. So my vision for this entire thing is really to show other women that it is possible. You can do it. It's not a field that is far away from you. You can do it, although it may seem like a paramount task, as well as bringing some positivity and light back to Moruga and encouraging the youths to show them that they can get involved in farming. So I do get a sense of fulfillment with what I do here, because it's what I wanted to do all along, and I'm seeing part of my dream coming alive.
So, Zico, this is the raw paddy. This is the black hen variety of the Moruga Hill rice. Right? As it comes from the field, it's dried in our dryer for about 3 hours after coming from our harvester, and then from the dryer, it's conveyed into the silo where it's stored in this paddy silo. It's stored in one of these 2 silos until we're ready to pull it into the mill. Then it's milled, comes out through the mill, and the hull is separated from the whole grain, and the whole grain then comes out, and this bag here is what the whole grain looks like.
Wow. And so what happens next after this?
So then we cook the rice. This is my grandmother's recipe. Some Jeera hill rice, Moruga hill rice.
You can smell the Jeera from here, like,
Yep,
okay.
all the flavor, and you see it's soft already. We also have a scorpion pepper variety, a pimento variety. So you could do scorpion pepper maybe with lamb. You could do the Jeera with a nice fish. You could do the pimento with a nice steak. Yeah, so you have a variety of ways. You could do the traditional way with a nice curry.
So is this ready to serve out now?
This is in fact ready to serve out, fresh out the pot.
This is lovely.
And you get all the
It's got
flavor
a really
in the rice.
distinct texture.
Yes, the nuttiness is there, right?
Yes, it's like a sort of a nutty graininess that you
Yes.
wouldn't get with like regular white rice. But let me tell you, this is absolutely delicious.
All the flavor is locked in. That is what is unique about the Moruga Hill rice. And with all the vitamin C, the iron, the fiber, it's good for you.
You can taste that. You can
It
taste
is
that.
good
Yeah.
for you.
Because beyond the Jeera, you can really see that there's something
Yep.
special, like just unique about about this rice.
Enjoying it, Zico? Your mouth full. That's important. That's what's important. That's the real test. The acid test, a happy customer.
Trinidad is a Real Place was brought to you by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of energy.